What ho chaps, I'm Magical Mike and I'd like to take a minute and sit right there, tell you all about how we beat the Prince of Halloween. Yeah, it's back, and with some new stuff, some old stuff. I'm going to quickly go over what we got and what I think about it all. First off, the patch came with some new gameplay stuff not related to Halloween, so I'll talk about that first. We got new condition floaters, which are good. They're a good way to see how much damage you're actually doing to a group of mobs, and you can still turn this off and have the old 100 million numbers though if you like that old display, which I kinda do. We got a better way to fast cast ground target, which I enjoy immensely. I had to estimate the range of my abilities a lot with the old fast cast system before we got this, and now I can see clearly in which areas my skills will actually take effect in. Stun breaks now work properly with launches, finally. I thought it was a little bit pointless that they never used to, but now that that's fixed, so hooray. And trait tooltips have been improved finally as well. The classes that I play have already taught me how certain traits work just by playing them, so this isn't that big of a deal to me, but for traits and professions that I don't use all that much, it's pretty neat. They also supposedly made tab targeting better. I'm not so sure about this because my target closest enemy key now follows those new rules. It targets the legendary enemies first, even if they aren't the closest enemy, which I find irritating, but it's probably just a bug, so whatever. Let's get on to Halloween then, eh? Lion's Arch got its decorations back, which is cool. Not as cool as last year, because it's all the same, but that's to be expected from somebody as jaded as I am. The doors to the Mad Realm are back, with their events, and the fact that they're tied to more story stuff. Achievements are back, though there aren't as many thankfully, and we don't have to carve 200 pumpkins. I'll talk about these in a bit. There's an NPC in Lion's Arch that sells some new stuff as well. For only 20,000 candy corn you can buy a mini bloody prince! Seriously, that's completely outrageous, and I think that's a terrible asking price. At least when we had this option with the holographic wings, we also had a decent chance to get them out of dragon coffers. Not this time though. This one's just a straight up grind, so no thanks. There's also a few minis in the gem store which I won't be buying. Too many minis, man. They're everywhere. They have put a little bit of a focus on them with the story though, because you'll have to actually go and get one for the second story instance. But don't worry, you can actually get that mini you need without spending cash. You'll just have to do the meta achievement to go and do it. I like that they're drawing attention to minis, but I think this might be the wrong way to go about it. And we still need some kind of UI feature with them. The story instances themselves are pretty easy, though it did take me a death to figure out that you have to throw candy corn at the prince in the first one, and the second one got me killed a bunch of times because Tassie has the dumbest AI I have ever seen. I mean, we're talking Guild Wars 1 henchman level AI. She puts the candy pools that you're supposed to stand in the most random and worst places ever sometimes. I can't believe that I have to take a few friends in there to get the speed achievement. Why can't I do that solo? The clock tower makes a return as well, with some quality of life changes, hooray! The puzzle itself is the same as last year, so if you know how to do it, you can farm this one over and over. And if you don't know how to do it, my friend Boots, over on World of Enders, has a really reliable, accurate guide on how to do that. Yeah, you should probably watch that video. It's now also possible to grab all 3 chests on the way up as well, because they don't have an opening animation. That's handy. The number of players with you is smaller, and they appear as wisps so as not to block your view, so you can't have the old excuse of that fat Norn was in my way anymore. There wasn't really much of an excuse to me in the previous year anyway. I don't know. People need to get better. ANET has added a scoreboard which resets every 15 minutes. The chests also reset, by the way, so that's pretty handy, you can farm those. You don't get anything extra for being the top scorer though, which is a shame, but it's nice to see how you compare to other people this year. The Lunatic Inquisition is back too, and frankly I find this game really boring. Running away isn't all that entertaining, hiding certainly isn't entertaining, and hunting people can get old pretty quickly when you realise the insane places that people can hide in, and the stupid things that they can pull like jumping off the edges and being teleported away from you. If you like it, that's fine, but personally, I don't. I also don't like Southland Survival either, and how very dare I not like this, ah! So let's talk achievements then. Stomping 20 guys in PvP seems very shoehorned in here. Like they're either trying to get me to play PvP, get my interest in it, or that they're trying to get me interested in buying finishers. Not sure about that. I chose the easy way out and stomped the NPC trainers instead, and check out my amazingly awful thief skills in action. Oh yeah! They're bad. Opening 50 trick-or-treat bags is fine. With the frequent bag drops that you'll get, you'll be done with this one quite quickly and easily. You could farm the clock tower if you wanted to, as well, so that's an option. Doing 50 door events, though... Now here's where I have a problem. I know that this is a month-long event, so farming these in one night isn't ideal, you don't have to do it, but holy crap, this was the most boring part of getting these achievements that I had to do. 50 events! 50! I know you could just spread this out over the entire month, but I just want to get it done so that I don't need to worry about it. The problem is that not every door even spawns an event in the open world, so you're then forced into the Mad King's farm town. Now zerg up because it's going to be a long grind in there. If you're only after the events, ignore the zerg and go for the doors yourself when you see them on the map. If you need the boss achievements though, go with the zerg because you cannot solo these things. Now some people like the zerg events, I don't. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. It's cool to have these kill the 3 bosses achievements, those are nice, but when the bosses themselves have a billion hit points, and they take minutes and minutes of mindless auto-attacking to beat, they're boring fights. It's not even that good of a farm down there either if you ask me. I'm not fond of the labyrinth, and I wasn't last year, but now that there's more of an emphasis on it, I'm really not. But how dare I criticise the game? Look, if you enjoy this stuff, that's fine, that's great, go and have fun. I'm just saying that these are my opinions here, and if I don't like the zerging, then I'm going to tell you that I don't like the zerging. Mind you, there may be some more to this festival that we haven't seen yet. So far that's it, and I'm not counting on there being any more. For some reason, I enjoyed the Guild Wars 1 quests way more than these ones, even though I repeated the same 6 quests 10 times, every single year. I don't know what it was about it, I just enjoyed those more. I guess having stacks and stacks of trick-or-treat bags was just cool there, man. So that's Halloween in a nutshell. This is Magical Mike, thanks for watching and I will see you guys next time. Cheerio.